And so with the areas here now, I'm just going to select my object here, and I'm going to fill these in with this color here. I can select these also this. I'll just choose them one at a time here like this. Fill those in like this. There. I can select multiple ones like that. And here, as I choose my color here to fill that in like that, to fill that in. So I've got my those particular areas completed here. I'm going to save this as a CDR file because I want to maintain this as my master copy like I would EMB working inside the embroidery studio. Now, also the lines here, I want to thicken those up. I can press Shift and select them in a row like this. Holding down my Shift key. And I'll navigate up top here, and I want these to be one point. It'll change those to 1 point. And I also want to go in, and my border here, I want to make this a little thicker here too. So, and I want to select the outlines, and I want to make those as I navigate up top here to make the border wider, just a 0.75, to make those a little bit thicker because they are on top. And so here is how you would actually do that. You would select it and go here to your outline size. And change those to 0.75 like that. Press the Shift key down. And I can select them individually like this. 0.75 here, here, and here. Oops. Got to make sure you get that outline. .75. Again, 0.75 here. And one more. 0.75. Okay, great. So now once I've done this, I'm going to go back. And Allison wants to know, can I choose from the objects pane on the right? I'm sure that you could. That I've never tried that before, but I'm sure that you can go in and you could select those also. Here I'm going to go to File. I'm going to choose Save as CDR. Here, and I'm going to select that. I'm going to save this. Okay, so now, I've got my sunflower here that I've gone in and created this. So next on my list now, as I go forward, now I really don't need the background here anymore because it served its purpose. Okay, well, maybe not yet. Here, I'm going to undo this and take this back because I do need the fill of the inside here on this. So at this point now, what I'm going to do is this. And if you have designs that you create, and like for me, sometimes when I'm creating something, I'll say I may have an object in that particular design that may be useful for another design. So I'll just say that and have that available so that I can bring that back in. In this particular case here, I've got an object that I want to insert into this design. And I'm just going to go to File here, and I'm going to choose Import here. And in my page graphics here, here's the object here, Sunflower Art. It's a CorelDRAW CDR object. And so, and doing sunflowers, this became very useful because using this, I'm actually able to go in and insert this into new designs. Okay. And so at this point now, I want to go in and I want to fill this area in. And so I'm going to go here to the left side here. I'm going to choose my circle, left click this here, press my control key down. It'll make it flush. As I select this, got my area here with this. I can move this in a little bit like that. And so with this, I want to fill this in with this color. And so inside CorelDRAW, I have my tools over here. And one tool here that I have here is this guy here, the color eyedropper tool. Okay. And so if I want to add a color to an object here, I can choose the color eyedropper tool here like this. And I could go to the inside and I can click, this is the color that I want. It's going to change this now to my little bucket. And I can go in and I can click inside that object and I could use that color just like that. Okay, really cool tool inside the program. And I want to also change the color of this object, this one here also. These are outlines, these are not filled in. And so with this here, I'm going to go in and I'm going to, let's see here, I'll change that color to one of the colors here, like on the inside here. I can, let's choose this color here. Now, this color, when I select it here, I left clicked it. And if you notice, nothing happened. So whenever you go in and you want to do the outlines, you got to right click on the color here to fill that in. And I also need to put this in front of this one. As I right click here and I'm going to order this in front of this object as I left click, just like this. And that's all I need to do. So now I have my object here. I'm going to select this like that. I'm going to group these together. It's going to slide this over. And I'm going to make this the same size as that one here. So I'm going to click up top here and grab my little guide like this. And I'll do it again here like this. And I want to make this the same height. All right. Drag this over. Needs to be a little larger. Oh, and something else I want to do also. So I'm going to back this up. I'm going to select this. I want to ungroup them. I want to do this also. I want to have rough edges here on the inside. And in CorelDRAW, I can navigate. Here's the shape tool. And I have an option here where I can go in and I can roughen the edges on my outline. As I click roughen, here I can change the size of it by clicking here. Excuse me. I can increase the size of this, and all I want to do is this. Go in around the outside edge of this like that. Make those edges rough, like this. Just like that. I want to make them rough. And now I can grab this and put this back on top of it like this. I can also go in and click this, and I'm going to also go to my colors here. I'm going to scan this up here to the top. I'm going to right click on black, to add black here to the outline. And I want to go in and I want to thicken the border here up to like one point like this. And what I'm doing here now, I'm just going in, moving my objects around here. Select this here. I want to make this, I'm going to group these together and move these here. And I need to increase the size of these also. Press my shift key down like this and drop that just like this. And once I drop it in there like that, I'm going to go to File. I'm going to save this as a CDR. And here's my design. I'm going to select this and save this again as Sunflower Art 2, like this. And so I've gone in and I have added the front side of this. Hello, Emmanuel, welcome. So right now, with this, guys, so I've gone in now, and I've selected everything here. And so now I don't need this background. I can slide this over like this, and I could press delete to get rid of it. Okay. And so that is gone. Okay. And so I've got my sunflower here. Now, and I'm going to go to File here, and I'm going to save this as a CDR. Again, without the background here, as I click Save. So now, guys, what if I want to do something a little bit different? What if I want to add some dimension to this design? Okay, we can definitely do it here inside CorelDRAW. And I have my petals here that are on the bottom like this. Okay, they're on the bottom. And so if I wanted to go in actually and create some depth perception with this in CorelDRAW, I could go in, let me hold on here. Make sure I've got my areas covered here. I can select this one. Now, I want to add a shadow to this. Where's the shadow? I'm going to navigate over. Here's my effects tools here. Okay, I have a shadow, contour, blend, distort, envelope, extrude, and block shadow. We're just going to focus on the shadow. Once I select that shadow here, now this is going to place the original pinpoint in the center here of the object. So when I click here, left click and drag this, it selects it from the middle of that object actually, like this. And with this now, I can pull this out like this, undo. See that? If I pull this out and how that moved out like this, I just added a shadow, okay, to this. And next, I'll just click on the next object like this. Left click here in the center and move this out like that. And so I'm adding a shadow here. I can make this darker or I can make it lighter as I'm going in like this. Don't want to do too much of it actually. So here, it allows us to go in and create this shadow effect, which again, when you go in and do this, is building layers on top of layers with this. Okay. So again, with these, I can lessen, I can add a tint to it. I'll just click on the next one like this and do the same thing and just pull it like that. And here I can click on my little tool here to make that lighter. And so this is something that I could do here on each one of these as I select this. Here, 1, 2. If I need to stretch that out like that. And this is what that looks like. Okay, so in CorelDRAW, as we continue our series with CorelDRAW, again, we'll be doing more things with this, but here I just wanted to show you how to select an object and how to put a shadow on it like this. And see here, this area, once I click here, I can move it out just like that. And all I got to do is just continue with that just by going on selecting, left clicking 2 times here like this, and adding these. Click 2 reference points, 1 and 2, like that. And so I can go in and add some dimension to my graphic like this. Isn't that cool? Just like this. Okay. Click the object, 2 reference points. It's always going to start in the center, and you pull it out like that. Okay. And this is, again, something new that we have not done before, but today is the day. So we're going to go in and we're going to use this tool, the shadow tool inside the program. And it, again, allows us to do some cool things with these graphic objects here, just like this. Okay. If you've never used this tool before, again, it takes some practice, guys. As you go in, you're going to click on the object, 2 reference points, 1 and 2. If it's not enough here, I can click this and drag this out like that, and it'll extend it for me. Okay. Click the object, 2 reference points, 1, 2. If that's not enough, you pull it some more. Or you can back it up, and you could add a tint. And let me scroll down here. Choose my pick tool here. Oops. It's fast fingers. All right, let's see. You have to be very careful with your fingers on the keypad, guys. All right, so let me import here. Gotta watch those fingers. As I go here and I'll choose to fit. So with this, as we continue with this here, again, once we select our object here, here is your effects list, and we'll choose shadow. And again, as you click this, you could go in and bring this out depending on what type of shadow is being chosen for this. Okay. And you also have a list of presets here up top like this. And with these presets here, of course, you can go in and you could add different presets here as far as positioning of where this is going to be at. And so here, once I go in, if I choose the inner glow for this, this is what the inner glow is going to do, like this. And here again, I could minimize, add a tint to this by moving it in this way, okay? And I can make it darker by moving it out like this, okay? And this is how you go in and you do something like that, okay? I can continue this as I select the next one and do the same thing. And again, as I go through this, as I'm pulling this out, I can go in and add my shadows to my design, just like this, guys. As I continue with this, make sure that when you're going in and you're doing this, you want to make sure that what I did not do before will save those as I was working with it, and I paid the price for it. So I want to make sure that I go in and save this time so that that does not happen again, okay? And so right now, this is very exciting, guys. Here, as I select this here, again, 2 reference points, 1, 2. You pull that out, you control it, and it's giving you that depth perception from the background. Click 2 reference points like this, pull that out like that. And this is all I'm doing, guys. All I'm doing is going in, moving this around here, clicking on the next object, click 2 reference points, 1 and 2. And it goes in and it's adding that shadow, which I need because at this point here in this design, it's creating that depth perception in my graphic that I need. And this is how you do this. I can pull this out, stretch it further like this. Click on the objects, 2 reference points, guys, just like this. Okay. That's all I'm doing. Clicking here, 2 reference points. Click. This is a smaller one here. Click 2 reference points like this, guys. That's all you got to do. And as you're working with objects like this, in here, if I need to tint that, I'll do it there. This one here, as I click this one, those reference points, I could expand this out like this. Same thing here for this one as I go in. So all I'm doing for this, and I'm going to go to File, I'm going to save as CDR. Again, select here, select your object here, and save it again like that. Yeah, Corel is very, user-friendly, and I say that because if you've never done graphics before and you have a program, Corel to me is easier to learn because it's very similar to the ES. Now, for something like this, Carl asked, could you show how to separate the colors as we did for the photo stitch? Now here, with the color separation for CorelDRAW, I'm not very familiar with it here in CorelDRAW. What I could do is research that, and our next class actually we can do that because that's going to be something that's probably going to take some time to explain anyway. So I'll just do some research on that, and our next Corel class we'll go over that. Stephanie wants to know, how does that transfer in the thread? Well, the color blends here, they do not transfer in the thread, okay? Because the color blending doesn't work when you do the conversion. It only works with solid colors, okay? So for something like this, it will go in and it will add these colors to it. But this is totally different. This design here is for graphics only. This design here is not intended for embroidery. And that's what this class is about today, actually. So with this class, you know, we're not doing any or thinking about any conversion with this. Maybe we'll have a class about this where we can go in and do a conversion with this, but this is going to be, especially with the blending, it's going to be more manual digitizing when it comes to something like that. And that's a whole different animal. Okay, and so today's class, this design here is specifically that I would do for a direct to garment print. That's what this design here is for today. Okay, and so now, once I've gone in and I've added that background color here to this design, now at this particular point here, thinking here, you can always add highlights or something like that, but I don't want to get into that right now. That's going to be something that we'll have to do it's going to take longer for something like that. So we're going to just kind of leave this just like it is right now. This is the design here that we want to save. Okay, so now in CorelDRAW, to continue this, if I wanted to go in and continue this now I want to go in and I want to do something, I want to add something to this design, the word sunflowers. Okay, and so with this design now, I'm going to zoom out here and I want to change my positioning here to a landscape position like this. I also want to select everything here. I want to group everything into one object, so when I move it, I move everything. Okay, so when you want to go in, and we're gonna do something that we've never done before that is really exciting. If you've ever gone in, I'm going to show you how to do a power clip today. The power clip allows you to go in and just throw an image into an existing outline. Again, you have an outline, you have a graphic, you select the graphic and you just throw it into the outline. And that's what we're going to do now. I want to create a name. So I'm going to click on my letter A here. I'm going to left click here. And I want to type in sunflower. What about that? Sunflower. I want this to be big, like this. And I'm going to click here. I want to choose thick font. Nope. Cooper. So we have a thick font, which they always work wonders. I'm going to move this in. I can expand this if I want to here, but I just want to go in and I also want to make this tall like this. Okay, I'm going to go to File. I'm going to save this as a CDR. Click this and save this again, making sure that I got every graphic that I need saved, okay, which is very important. And so at this point now, as we're looking at this, I want to take away the fill here. So as I select this, I'm going to navigate over here to my colors, and I'm gonna move this all the way up to the top here. Here's our little eraser tool. I'm going to left click this to get rid of the fill, but I'm going to right click here to add the outline as a black outline here like that. Okay, so right now I've got sunflower up there. Okay, I have my sunflower up top here, and I think I'm going to, when I finish this, maybe put this over here on the end or something like that. Okay, so now we have our design here, making sure again that everything is saved, guys, because they got to make sure that everything's saved here. Save this, and so now I'm going to bring in a graphic. Okay, in this graphic, guys, I just went to the web, and so I'm going to click. Wrong one here. I'm going to go back here, and I like this picture. I'm going to right click on this picture, and I'm going to copy this picture. You with me? I'm going to paste this picture right there. And so I got to make sure that this picture is bigger than my lettering, wider and taller, so that I can get this in there. So next, what I'm going to do, guys, is again, I want to go in, I want to select the object here, making sure it's selected here. I'm going to go to object. I'm going to choose power clip. And it's asking me, well, place inside frame. Once I left click this, I'm going to click inside the S. Did you see that? Do I need to do that again? Here is my sunflower image inside the outlines of my word sunflower. Isn't that cool? Was that real fast, right? Should I do that again? Isn't that cool? And so now with this, I'm going to undo it. Go back. Again, copy, you paste your image. It could be a picture of the grandchildren. Got to have a good, decent image. And you got to make sure that the image is larger than the actual frame here of the text. And once you select that image, you go to object here and you choose power clip. You're going to place it inside the frame. Left click. You have your arrow here and you click inside the frame like that and it goes inside the frame. Is that cool or what? I have to calm myself down again. I'm sorry, guys. But it is so cool that you can actually go in and place this. Now, right now I can just go in here. You put my little flower here. I'm going to right click this. I want to order this to the front of the page, to the front of the layer like this. And I could move this. I mean, I could place this anywhere. I can place this in the center here if I want to. Okay. But here, let's say we're going to do it right here on the edge of that, like that actually. So now we have our design. As I go in and I choose to fit, we have our design here. And if I want to make this a little smaller, or maybe leave this size. So this is 12, about 12. So we'll do 12.0 and 6.3. We'll do 6.5, press enter, like this. We'll select this. We're gonna group this together and I'm gonna press P to center that on the screen. And now we'll go here and we'll choose to fit. Okay, so this is our design for today. And so this, again, using the power clip tool. And right now also, if I needed to add a thicker border here for my text, I'll just click on the outside like that. I'll click this. And again, I can increase the thickness here of my border with that. Now, I didn't want to do the flower, so I'm going to undo it. And I'm going to have to go in and ungroup those because I just wanted to do just the outline here for the text. And as I select this, outline here for the text, I can also go to object, and I could convert the outline to an object. I can thicken that border like this. As I go in, I can make that thicker like this. I have the ability also, I can go in and I can change the color of that one to make it brown like this. And so this is what you can do in CorelDRAW. And it is just a cool way to go in and create some cool graphics. And with this would be a direct to garment print. Okay. And you could go in with this. You can continue editing something like this. But this is the design here for today. And this, again, is a graphic. We'll go to File. We'll choose Save as a CDR file like this. Okay. We'll save our design like that. And so our design is saved as a CorelDRAW file, even though the object here is a was a bitmap with that. And so I can access that, and any other thing here that I need to go in and change, I can go in and I can add or take away colors from the design. And keep in mind also, like when I went in and I did the fills here for these, if I undo these, if I click on the inside color of this and press delete, you see how the colors here actually went on top. So the colors went on top of it here as layers. So here, if I want to get rid of these, if I want just a lighter one here, I can just go in and click on the inside fill of these and delete the layers, because whenever you go in and do a layer, you're building colors on top of colors. Actually, you're working in layers. Okay. And so because of that, I can go in and take those out. And so so now, again, with our design here on the screen, this is called a if you go to your object tool, it's called a power clip. And the power clip works with bitmap images. As you go in, you can select those images and you could add graphics to the inside of those objects. Do I have any questions? Yes, it is definitely fun, Stephanie. It is definitely fun. And again, added value. When you go out and you do things like this, you go in, people see your great work, and it's a great tool inside the software. Okay, great tool inside the software. Power clip tool. If you've never used it before, that's how it works. Okay. If you have, guys, if you have any requests for training, anything that you'd like me to do, you can contact me, support@willcomeamerica.com, in the subject put attention James. And we also ask that you visit us at www.willcomeamerica.com on our website for class schedules and things like that. Even if you know that you can't make a class, if you know that you can't make it, registering for the class is the most important thing, because you will get a copy of the recording. My pleasure, Stephanie, and the class project as well. And so thank you, Bronwyn. And so guys, so thank you for your patience with me today. Yes, Wendy, it's very, very interesting stuff. And there's more to come. There's much more to come. And guys, I don't know if is anybody going to the Fort Worth show in Texas? Anybody going to the Fort Worth show? The reason why I'm asking is because I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at the Fort Worth show next month, and if you're going to be there, I'd love to meet you. And just in case you're going to be there, let you know that I will also be there too. Guys, you have a wonderful evening. Tomorrow, we'll have our class is going to be on lettering tomorrow, okay, at 2 o'clock. So I'll see you then. And guys, have a great evening and be safe out there. And as always, happy digitizing. My pleasure, Kathleen. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Donna. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow, and you take care now. Bye-bye.